So today I am going to demo this week's project. This is project number 12 of 25 for my 25 projects in 25 weeks challenge. And then I'm going to go over all of the data for the last 12 projects. We're going to quickly talk about what's going well, what's not. And I'm going to show off exactly how many views, unique visitors I've had to all of my projects. So let's jump into it first. My random story for today. So I had the flu the other week, and it's been a real ass kicker. It is still affecting me and my partner. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So what is going on now? This is pretty weird. I did not know about this. I weirdly woke up and felt dizzy. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I just kept it just got worse over the day, and I would just kind of lean back. I'd feel dizzy. I would lay down. I'd feel dizzy. I was like, what is going on here? This is super weird. I've never experienced getting crazy dizzy unless I was really, really drunk. If you've ever been extremely drunk and you lay down and it felt like everything was spinning. I felt like that, but I've been stone cold sober for weeks. I'm actually doing dry January. I'm not drinking at all this month. So I started Googling, and I asked Jim and I asked Dr. Google, as I like to call it. Now Dr. Google really talks back to you because I'm in London. It's a pain in the ass to go to the doctor. It will take a really long time. So I just asked Jim and I, and I told it everything, and it's maybe it sounds like you have this. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And this is pretty weird. I actually think it's right. So you have crystals floating around in your inner ear. And that tells you you're moving your center of gravity, is correct. You're tilting, it's like your weird inner ear. And there are these tiny calcium crystals in there. And apparently, because I got the flu really bad, I had really, really bad sinus problems. Everything was congested. It hurt really bad in my sinuses. Really hurt. Had to take a bunch of medicine. Apparently, some of these crystals can get loose and float around in your ear, which causes this. I was like, what the fuck? I've never heard of any of this. I've never experienced this before. And it's well, lay down and do this and see if you feel like everything is spinning. I did it. And oh my God, violently feels like the room is spinning. And it's yeah, it looks like that's what you have. So you have to do this weird head position thing for 5 minutes. You got to lay down and do all these weird things. And I asked my mom. My mom used to be a nurse. So I told her, of course, that's what you do. You ask the family who are medical professionals. She said, yeah, that happened to me once too after I got sick. And it's crazy. She's like, it's exactly what I had. You had to do this move thing where you lay down and do all these positions for 5 minutes. She's like, that's legit. It works. That's what Jim and I told me to do. So I did it last night, kind of half-ass. I felt a little bit better today. Did it this morning, but I still feel queasy and dizzy. This is so weird. I've never known about this because I've never experienced this, but holy shit, it's really wild. You lay down and you look to the left, and it just feels like everything is the whole room is spinning and you're going to throw up. It's pretty weird. So I am still not feeling 100% after this damn flu. The coughing finally stopped. But anyways, the show must go on. So I am still continuing to work. Of course, I have to. But I had a nice buffer where I was ahead about a week or two. Now the buffer's gone. Because I didn't work for 10 days straight. I managed to push hard, and I got this launched yesterday. This is project number 12. It is called Popcorn Phone. What the fuck is Popcorn Phone? In the 1900s and about the 1940s to the 2000s, the United States made a service because it became very vital to have the correct time. So the United States pushed the envelope on having atomic clocks. There is an official website, time.gov, from the United States government, which uses atomic clocks that get synced to like keep the exact time. It's been, we've been obsessed with time because you need like things to work, you need transactions, you need GPS. Lots and lots of things depend on knowing the exact atomic time. This has been important since trains. They had there was a special phone number you could call, and I don't know, I'm old. I did this when I was a kid. We when we needed to set the time in our house, like back in the day when I was a kid, you would call popcorn. Popcorn meaning like you would actually spell it out, and you would call it. It was a special number that worked anywhere in the U.S. And in this recording, this lady answered and told you the exact time, like every 10 seconds. So this is pretty weird. And I grew up knowing this as like popcorn. You call popcorn, and that's like the popcorn lady who tells you the time. But they discontinued it. But I thought it'd be cool and retro and nostalgic to recreate it. So you land on the page, you hit call, it dials popcorn, it rings, and a real recording answers and tells you the exact time.
Good afternoon. At the tone, Greenwich Mean Time will be 4:23 exactly.
Whoa, I don't know why it sounded so weird saying that. Some of the numbers sound weird.
Good afternoon. At the tone,
I don't know why.
Greenwich Mean Time will be 4:23 and 10 seconds.
I don't know why. Okay, so let's dig into this. So, first of all, I'm in London, so it uses like a weird time zone. This was made in the U.S. for the U.S., so you would hear like the U.S. time zone, like Pacific time, Eastern. So how I did this was, first of all, I go get the real time from the time service to get the exact time from the atomic clock, not your browser. I figure out your time zone. And then what I did was when I first made this, I had it like say the entire sentence. So it'd go to the AI, like I made a voice that sounded okay, kind of close enough. And then it would say the entire sentence. And I had it sync to where it would go beep, like right at the exact 10-second mark. This is exactly what it said and exactly how it worked since like the 1940s when you called this number. That's not going to work, because what if this gets big, just in case? What if like thousands of people go? It's going to be very expensive. So what I did was I programmatically chunked everything. So it's like good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all the time zones. I did it exactly how they built it by having somebody say all the phrases, all the numbers, and record all of those files. So then when it needs the time, it goes, okay, it's morning, say good morning. Okay, it's this time zone, say this time zone. It's 10, say 10. Okay, it's 24, say 24. And then it would say, so every little chunk gets combined into one audio file to say the exact time. And that's exactly what they did and how they created this back in the day.
Greenwich Mean Time will be 4:25 and 10 seconds. Good afternoon.
So it worked. It worked like flawlessly. And building it made me realize a few things. They strategically didn't say AM, PM. They didn't use 24-hour time. It's not popular in the US anyways. And they did that because all I had to do was record the lady saying 10 one time, not 10, not 16. And they saved themselves recording a little bit, and they made it a little simpler by like reusing like 9:30 for morning and night. And instead of using AM, PM, which is really interesting, the lady says, good morning, it's 10. Good evening, it's 10. Very interesting, but I can see why they did that. It's just, it cuts down on the amount of phrases you needed to record. And I found a video of this lady actually like sitting down and like recording every little phrase. It was really easy to like programmatically call it API and have an AI voice do it. But somebody actually sat down and did every single phrase, and they recorded it perfectly, and they had to manually do it so it would piece together that audio file for that exact time and play it. So they did it like a crazy manual way. I did it obviously an easier way with code, But it's pretty interesting because a whole team of people did this back in the day. And it probably took them a long time to build this system. And I managed to do it in like a week. Pretty interesting how easier these things are now compared to like back in the day. So I'm going to drop a link in the description where you could actually hear what the original sounded like. I'm going to drop a link to this so you could hear this work in real life. You could call if you want. And there's all sorts of fun things in here. There's a lot of Easter eggs. You could dial a real number. You could dial, if you dial a fake number, it actually calls it, but it plays this.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no.
And lots of fun little stuff. So there's lots of Easter eggs in this. I spent a decent chunk of time on this. This took about a full week. It was actually pretty fun. It's pretty interesting to learn like how to actually like programmatically make a fake phone. Very, very interesting. It made me realize and appreciate what they actually had to go through to build this back in the day. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. A few of the numbers, like just the AI weirdly sounds weird. I tried to fix most of them, but I couldn't go through every one of them. Just way too many. So a few of the numbers are pronounced kind of weird, but overall I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's pretty cool. I recreated the service and brings a smile on my face because it's like very nostalgic, reminds me of being a kid and calling this number. So go play with it. Tell me what you think. Okay, so I vibe coded really quickly a dashboard where I could go look at all of my projects that I've worked on for the 25 projects as well as this last year. And I wanted to pull the numbers to see like exactly how well all the projects have done. So this is a live snapshot of like from now. What was my number one most popular project? Crazy fast website. This is a quick and dirty website that illustrates how to build one of the fastest websites in the world. It really is one of the fastest real websites in the world. It's not a static HTML file. You can go look at it if you want. I made a video about this, but this got thousands and thousands of viewers, lots and lots of page views. By far the most popular thing I've done. Got me lots of subscribers, got me followers on X, maybe followers here. This is a free tool I put out right before the challenge to fix your inbox. Had a funny name on Fuck Email. Did pretty well on Hacker News. This is the third most popular. Emojis time. This got a few people to post in newsletters, on websites, or someone really, really popular on Twitter put a link and got tons and tons of views from that. Lots of page views. This one has regular traffic that keeps slowly coming back. But by far the most successful project with regular visits. Here's the newsletter itself. This one has done pretty well because somebody put it on a website. This did okay on Reddit. It just gets worse and worse from here. Launched yesterday, so 150 views. This has been live for a week. As you can see, it's not going well. And what this tells me is I do not have distribution. So far, this has been a shoot it, spray and pray, and it's like a lottery. It's like it's basically like a slot machine. Let's hope somebody tweets my project. Let's hope it gets some upvotes on Reddit. This one, let's hope Hacker News. A lot of people upvote it, and they did. This one only did so well because the Hacker News mods put it into the second pool and put it back on someone manually pushed the button, put it on the homepage, got a bunch of up views, and that's how I got so many views. That's like a lottery. That's just a slot machine, and finally the slot machine paid me a little. This is just somebody, I submitted it to a website and they finally accepted one of my projects and put it on their site. It's not going well. It's very, very, very clear I don't have distribution, and that's my problem. So I'm halfway through my challenge. I'm now 12 out of 25. The first half was like, let me ship and get used to shipping like every single week. And I think I've gotten that down. I have no shortage of ideas. It's just like executing that idea in a week is really, really hard. Most of my projects I really, really want to do need like 2 to 4 weeks. So it's clear I've gotten that muscle of shipping and doing some distribution, but the distribution is not there. Yeah, great. I've had 100 in, all my projects. I've had 150,000 page views, not bad. Almost 60,000 unique visitors to all my projects. I don't think this number is exactly right. I think it's like a lot of bot traffic that still gets counted. So I take this one with a grain of salt. I think it's more like 20,000 unique views. I need to spend the next half of this challenge really, really, really getting that distribution down because Reddit is really hostile. Reddit just always deletes my stuff. The mods are being extremely hostile, which is not fair. They tell me I'm doing self-promotion, but yet I see all these other projects and other people doing self-promotion. Why do their projects get to be on there? I don't understand, but Reddit's hostile. The algorithms are killing me. It's vital that I crack that. So the rest of the challenge is going to be really, really pushing and figuring out the distribution because it's not going well. These are all dependent on algorithms and a little bit of luck. So I got lucky on Reddit, got lucky on Hacker News. Somebody found it and tweeted it. It's just pure luck. That's not gonna get me like to my goals that I want. So that's what I'm gonna work on. Very interesting to see these numbers. Just a few hundred people. The one I worked on the most, not even 1,000 people. It's been very frustrating. The pizza game, I worked really hard on that. Not even 1,000. So it's not going well. But I think I can turn it around. It's not too late. I'm halfway through the challenge. So that is the goal moving forward. Get the buffer back. Build bigger, better projects that can have more reach, that are just more exciting, more interesting. Last few were really short and small. So work on that. But number one, distribution. So that's the focus for the rest of the challenge. It's better than zero. I mean, I will say this, the good positive thing is people have come. People have actually used every single thing I built, but the numbers are just not where I want them to be. So what do you think? If you made it this far, what the hell can I do to work on distribution and getting these things out? That's all I got for today. See you next time.